and welcome back to Raymond's Haven. We are here at what we call Mame's garden. Mame was my mother. She passed away last year from pancreatic cancer, and we decided to do a monument for her in lieu of plants. 40-some years ago, when her and my dad moved onto their property, they planted Caraganas together, and I thought it was fitting to transplant some trees that she had planted herself onto the property as her memorial. So the trees, Caraganas, they're also known as Siberian pea trees. They, in the springtime, produce these little yellow flowers that bring all sorts of good pollinators to your property and your garden. Hummingbirds, bees, all sorts of great pollinators. And then those flowers turn into these seed pods, that have about 3 or 4 seeds per pod, and they are edible. You can cook them. It's suggested to not eat them raw, but they can be eaten in small amounts raw. They carry about 36% of protein, as well as 12.4% of fatty oils. So in a survival situation, you could use them as a source of protein. They also are great nitrogen fixers for your soil and your land. The root systems are really exponential and helps all the soils and all the plants around it. When we planted these, we threw a bunch of wildflowers seeds out as we planted them, and as you can see, we have a whole bunch of flowers. My husband and I also planted a couple of flower seeds. Didn't know if they were going to come up or not. They were fairly old. We did have a couple that actually germinated and came up. We're going to try a little bit more extensive work on it next spring. But these are just great trees. They are, like I said, great for fixing the nitrogen in your soil, edible, as well as bringing pollinators in, and as well, you can use it as fodder for your animals. They will eat the leaves, and some of the larger animals can eat the branches. The bark can also be used as cordage. So these shrubs, they're not so big right now, but they can grow up to about 13 feet. So we're hoping that here on our property that they will make a nice growth next year. They did go through a little bit of transplant shock when we put them in. Thought they were kind of giving up on us, and gave them a good water, had a couple good rains, and they started to come back. So I think they're finally settling into our soil, completely different from what they were in prior to being transplanted. But these are great little trees. They, like I said, they just are so beneficial. They're also, I did read that they can be used, and they have been used in treatment of breast cancer, cervical cancer, and other gynecological problems. I'm not sure, it hasn't been proven, hasn't, been approved by the FDA and whatnot. But a lot of things haven't been proved by the FDA. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and present to you guys Mame's garden, and let's just hope that she sends her good vibes to produce very well-growing trees. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.